With the help of the FBI, Bennington police executed search warrants at 2 downtown spas Tuesday as part of an investigation into prostitution and human trafficking. Sergeant David Rowland took questions from reporters, who began by asking about trafficking.
It's not typically what we would think, of somebody chained in a corner. It could be financial indebtedness and different things like that. And so to a non-looker, it would look like somebody was free to walk out the door, yet they really aren't. So no arrest made today. We seized some electronic storage devices, computers, cell phones, some cash, many business records. That was the primary focus. Did some interviews. So what we have to do now is go through all this stuff and see what it means and what it corresponds to what we know so far.
And why was the FBI involved?
They're interested in the human trafficking aspect of it. They don't do prostitution cases. And they had received information regarding that aspect of things probably about the same time we really started hearing things, within a very similar time frame.
When you say human trafficking, can you tell us where these women were from?
China.
So they speaking Cantonese, Mandarin?
I'm not sure what they were speaking.
You had
we had
some FBI translator for that?
Some linguists that were able to communicate effectively.
I know that you haven't made arrests yet, but do you have anything evidence that anything illegal was going on here at this point?
Yes.
Which type of crime are you referring to?
Probably both.
Prostitution and trafficking?
Yes.
Is it fair to describe these 2 spas as part of a larger ring?
One, yes. And one other one, probably not.
Which one is which?
The Green Spa, probably. The Cozy Spa, probably not.
Did you talk to anybody today who said that they were here against their will?
No, but there were indicators that that was possible.
A few minutes ago you mentioned that you found evidence suggesting crimes had been committed. Was that at both locations or just one?
Both.
But the other question that you had to Sergeant Rowland about, that you had, Patrick, is, have you ever seen anything like this? In fact, we haven't. Sergeant Rowland and I both started here at the same time in 1990. And I can tell you, I've never seen anything like this. And when this all first started, a year and a half or so ago, we weren't really sure what to believe, but there were rumors. And then in the last 6 months or so, Sergeant Rowland really started to dig into this, and as he told you already, set up surveillance, did surveillance with members of the FBI, and there were some things that were observed which obviously led to the application for the search warrants that were executed today. Mm-hmm. And I think that you will be shocked at some of the things that we've learned about what's been transpiring here in Bennington. And the people in the community that have been providing us with information, they don't want to see this here. It's just like the drug activity that we've been fighting against for the last 2 years. People don't want to see it here, and we're starting to get a handle on it and work that hard. And then this also pops up. So I think sometimes they go hand in hand, although, as Sergeant Rowland told you, we did not see any illegal drug activity or drug trade at either of these locations today. But we don't want to see that. And that's why we are going to work diligently with the FBI and the Vermont State Police to make sure that this type of behavior is not occurring in Bennington. We didn't have anything today to officially shut them down, but as Sergeant Rowland told you, with the evidence that we took out of there today, and the stuff that we're going to analyze, without some of the stuff that we took today, they're not going to be able to function effectively, as a business. And they know that we're watching and that we're not going to tolerate this behavior. And if there really are truly victims living locally that are being forced to work at these massage parlors, then they need to come forward. They need to get a hold of Sergeant Rowland, and we need to get them the help that we had offered, or we had the opportunity to offer them today. Mm-hmm. So that's our ultimate goal, is to remove this type of business from our community and make sure that our community stays safe.